Hey, what is going on, everybody? Desir here with our Week 6 for Cosmic Crucible. We have our first round opponent here, Commander Zephyr. Currently I am towards the bottom of Diamond 3. I'm hoping to go, obviously, the 2-1 or 3-0. I just want to hold at least Diamond 3 minimum for this week and next week, so I at least get those rewards. So let's take a look at my opponent, see his TCP and what defense he's running, and see how we're going to do this week. And here's my opponent, Commander Zephyr. He's got a 3.2 million for his strongest team power. His TCP is about 69 million TCP, so I'm going to count this more as a punch across. I'm about 71 million, so that 2 million really isn't going to do anything for this matchup. Let's jump over to the defenses and see how that's going to look, so we can kind of determine how this matchup is going to look. So in Stage 1, he has Secret Defenders with Spider-Man Noir. Stage 2, he has that Darkhold Quicksilver. Stage 3 is the Infinity Watch. Stage 4 is a little interesting, I thought. It's Rogue with Red Hulk Apocalypse, so that's a 3-piece of the 4 Horsemen with Apocalypse, with Captain America and Black Knight. So that could be a little interesting matchup. We have New Avengers with Fury in 5, and then X-Treme X-Men in Stage 6. For this matchup, I'm going to use my New Warriors with Lizard. I dropped Dagger in this one. The Lizard adding the extra turn meter for Spider-Verse enemy makes this a really great counter because I can strip all the buffs on the other side. I get a nice taunt out there. This is a very good, efficient counter if you're able to drop Lizard from your superior 6 to be able to do this. So right away, the Noir is going to go. He's going to hit the Lizard, and that actually stripped off his revive once. I'm going to target any of them. I'm going to use the Lizard ultimate. I stripped all the buffs away, so now I can actually do turn rewinds to Black Cat. I use Gwenpool special to flip any additional and get defense down out there. Here I'm going to target Black Cat and use Firestar's ultimate to rewind the Robbie, Black Cat, and Photon. I target the Robbie, I use Cloak's ultimate. Gwenpool does her ultimate, and 2 characters already dead. So you kind of seen how fast the enemy starts falling apart with this combination of characters. Right here I used Deathpool special. The extra ping also killed Robbie, and now I just have to worry about the Ms. Marvel Hardlight. So as you can see, this was a very fast, efficient counter against that Secret Defenders with Noir. I highly recommend it, and I think they only got maybe 1 turn in this whole matchup, if that. For the Darkhold Quicksilver matchup, I'm going to use my Tangled Web with Kestrel, Iron Man, and Infinity War, and I'm adding in Nova on this one. I want to get that additional stun because of that Quicksilver threat. For the start of the match, my Spider-Man 2099 is going to target Agatha with the ultimate. That's because she does have that death proof, so I'm able to steal that. Here for the Weaver, I used the ultimate on Wong to stun him. I should have actually used that on Quicksilver on this one, and then the Nova stun goes to the Wong, so I kind of had that backwards there. So instead, my Nova is now going to use his stun on the Quicksilver. I'm going to target Morgan and use Kestrel special. That's going to get the defense down and some pretty good damage on the 3 of them. Kestrel does stop the Scarlet Witch from coming in. I'm going to use the Iron Man Infinity War special on Morgan to try to Billy block her. It looks like that did end up getting resisted though. So for 2099, I'm going to use the special to ability block the Heartless. Now I can use the Weaver special on Quicksilver. I get a nice chain over. The Quicksilver is dead. Now Morgan is dead. So I was still able to kind of recover from that mess up. The Tangled Web with Kestrel Iron Man Infinity War is such a good counter that even if you mess up, you're still able to recover from it. For the Infinity Watch counter, I'm going to use Vulture, Venom, Spider-Man Big Time, Mysterio, and Red Goblin instead of Venom. The reason for that is I'm going to need Venom in my Stage 4 matchup, so I'm throwing Red Goblin here. So Vulture is going to go first. I'm going to target Gamora and use the special. That's going to put the slow out there and get some nice damage on Nebula and Phyla-Vell. For Big Time's turn, I'm going to target Adam Warlock and use the special. That's going to remove the Revive Once from Adam Warlock and Nebula. Mysterio, I used the special, and here I used Venom's ultimate to spread from Gamora onto Nebula and Phyla-Vell. For Red Goblin's turn, I'm just going to target Adam Warlock and use the special. That's going to put defense down on Moondragon and Adam Warlock. I do a nice turn rewind with Vulture's ultimate, and now I'm going to use Venom's special on Moondragon to ability block her. For Big Time's turn, I'm going to target Phyla and do the ultimate. You see I killed her, I killed Nebula and Moondragon, so the match is pretty much over here. I'm just going to work on Adam Warlock, then I'm going to shift my attention over to Gamora. Even without the Venom, the Red Goblin was a great fill-in for this matchup, so I'm still able to use her elsewhere. For Stage 4, I'm going to go in with Black Order as the sack team. That way it's going to render Black Knight useless in the following matchup. So after I loaded into the matchup, I realized I should have used a different burner team to where I can try to burn abilities from like Rogue and Red Hulk. So I used Thanos' basic to see what would happen. The counterattack almost killed him, so I just decided to pause and just time out. In the future, going in with like a team of invaders to where you can try to get abilities off of Rogue, Red Hulk, and possibly Apocalypse could help you as long as those characters could live. So that's kind of something to keep in mind for a future fight. Now that the burn attack is done, I'm going to go in with Apocalypse, Super Skrull, and 3 pieces of the Hive Mind, which is Void Knight, Venom, and Carnage. So for this attack, I actually really messed up. Instead of doing the special from Super Skrull, I thought, well, I'll use the basic, try to strip these buffs off, forgetting that it would chain all the way over to hit Apocalypse, giving him the speed up. My Void Knight now is ability blocked, so I can't use his ultimate to peel off or do anything with the Black Knight, and everything just goes downhill from here. So for your pleasure, I will leave this fight here for you so you can watch it. If you want to, skip forward to the actual fight of how you should play this out. So for the actual fight, I'm going to use the same team, Apocalypse, Super Skrull, the 3 pieces of the Hive Mind, which is Void Knight, Venom, and Carnage. So for this time, I will be using the special on Super Skrull. That's going to get that nice rewind, getting exposed on the Black Knight as well. I use Void Knight's ultimate, I do get the flips on the buffs, and everybody is pulled in. Red Hulk will do the special to rewind 2 of my characters. It's unfortunate is the Super Skrull, but he will be going a lot faster because the enemy buffs anyways. Here I'm going to use the basic on the Black Knight because he has that exposed mechanic on him. So right here the Rogue does use the special on my Carnage. As long as he didn't die, I was fine with the outcome of that. I used Apocalypse's special to do a nice health rebalance. Again, Super Skrull basic. It chains over, it does get stopped by the Apocalypse this time. Here I do the special for Venom that's able to knock some characters a little bit lower. I'm trying to start knocking them into the red, which Red Hulk's right there on the border of that. So there the Cap does get the taunt. I still stay focused though on the Rogue, so I use the special. Rogue pops in red, Red Hulk pops in red. I get a speed buff before Carnage dies, so I was very happy about that. So right there I used the special from Void Knight. It did the AoE and killed off the Rogue. I use Venom's ultimate, it chains across, and I'm able to get some buffs up. Now the Red Hulk is dead, I just have to last right here. I use Super Skrull's ultimate, it kills 2 of them, and now I finish it off with Apocalypse. So it was a high investment, but it got the job done. This team here is definitely going to be overkill because it is just the new Avengers with Fury, but it's what I had left over. Is either this or my Masters of Evil, and I opted for this team because of the high efficiency that it's going to bring. So for the start of this matchup, my Green Goblin Classic should be going first. I'm going to use that ultimate to do a turn rewind and hit everybody. So right away, 3 of the characters are dead as you see here. I use the special so that way I can actually get a Vulture out. I use the Vulture special that kills Fury, and I'll use the special from Spider Slayer, and as you see the match is pretty much over. For the X-Treme X-Men, I wanted to do a test, so I used the 3 pieces of Masters of Evil. I'm adding in Iron Patriot and Namor to see how this will work. That way I have a better idea in a future matchup. So because of the Iron Patriot, they all start with the Vulnerable, so I have a choice of a double tap for King off the bat. I'm going to target the Nightcrawler and use the special, that we can get a slow on Sunspot, Nightcrawler, and Gambit. Gambit does drop into stealth because of the extra damage bonus that Iron Patriot gives as well, plus the offense up. I use the ultimate from Titania on Forge, that gets a nice ability block on him. The pings are really hurting my Iron Patriot though, and the Nightcrawler doing the stun looks like it didn't really affect anybody, so I got a little bit luckier there. For Moonstone's turn, I opt to do the special on Forge. That way I can get a stun on him. I was debating that or doing the ultimate to do a turn rewind. I use Iron Patriot's special. That gets a trauma on everybody, so that was a very nice move. So Iron Patriot's a pretty good character. I use Namor's ultimate, that is a turn rewind to everybody. So for Kang's turn, I use the ultimate on Gambit. That kills the Nightcrawler and Sunspot. The double tap almost kills Gambit. So now I use Moonstone's ultimate to finish them off. With this very limited testing, I'm really liking that 2-piece Cabal that we have with Masters of Evil right now. So I may do more testing on this in this upcoming week. And it looks like I won. I dropped 2 matches. My opponent dropped 4 matches, it looks like. It looks like they really struggled then. So let's take a look at the defenses, see what held up, see how the efficiency panned out. So let's go over and take a look at that right now. In stage 1, I got a 20 and a 19. This was a very clean hit for me. For stage 2, I got a 20 and a 20. For stage 3, I got a 20 and a 15. This is a pretty efficient hit for Infinity Watch. For stage 4, I messed up on the sack. I should have brought in like invaders or something else to burn some abilities. The follow-up, I did a mess up, but I still came away with a 15 to 18, so I'm still pretty happy about that, but my score should have been better than it was. For stage 5, I got a 19 and a 27. That was a very fast, efficient hit. It was definitely overkill, but it's not going to be something that's going to happen again for me. For stage 6, I got a 9 and a 23. It was the experiment with the Cabal with Masters of Evil, so it wasn't terrible. Definitely at the higher star levels, this would be a lot better score. As far as my defenses go, the Unlimited with Phoenix got me a 10 and a 14. It looks like the Masters of Evil Doom failed. I actually watched the replay on this. Gambit actually never made it to his ult on this, which means the start when they came in with the follow-up attack, Gambit started with his ultimate, so that's probably why they lost a few more people. I'm pretty happy about this room. For stage 2, I was testing out the Secret Defenders with Agatha and Morgan Le Fay. It looks like they failed on the first attempt. The second attempt, they got a 20 and an 18, so that's kind of the high risk, high reward for this defense. For stage 3, that's where my Infinity Watch is. It looks like they dropped 2 attacks on here. They got a 20 and a 0 as far as the efficiency goes. They ended up cleaning up with the War Dogs on this. So Infinity Watch at a very high investment is giving a lot of people issues this season. I'm really hoping that all of the investment that we did put into the Infinity Watch this season will carry over to the next Cosmic Crucible season. For stage 4, they did one-shot it with Super Skrull Hive Mind. It's my 3 out of time members with Red Hulk and Quicksilver. It's something I wanted to kind of experiment with on here. They did get a 17 and an 18, but it pulled a high value use of their Super Skrull. So I'm going to test this out a little bit longer. For stage 5, they used their Superior 6 into my X-Treme Rogue. That got them a 20 and a 24, but it pulled the Superior 6 away from another team, so it's not a terrible pull. And for stage 6, they got a 20 and an 18. Overall, I'm pretty satisfied with how I did. I'm a little bit more hard on myself though because of that stage 4 mess up that I did, but it's a learning experience. I'm 1-0 right now. I'm looking forward to my next round opponent, so hopefully they're going to have some interesting teams for me to go against. But that's all we have for today. Make sure to comment below, like and subscribe, and y'all have a wonderful rest of the day.